Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a sneak peek video. Now I've changed the title of the sneak peek videos to Unofficial Sneak Peek just to make sure everyone realizes that all of the information from sneak peek videos is not confirmed. It's still possible that Social Point can change something by the time anything you see on taringa.net is released. So I want to make sure that's emphasized, that people realize that, because a lot of times when something on Taringa gets changed from the information on there, people are like, oh no, this monster was nerfed, oh no, this monster was hit. But really, it was never like set in stone that the monster was supposed to have a specific thing. So with that being said, if you want official information, there's going to be a link to the official Monster Legends forum in the description below. But with that being said, I want to take the time to make this special sneak peek to talk about one particular monster. This new monster is this devastating, vicious, ferocious monster you can see right in front of your screen. The new Warmaster monster, the light Warmaster monster, Elvira or Elvira, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This monster is insane based on the information we've seen right now. And the only thing I know about this monster is her trait. I know nothing about the skills, which people have been saying are rather meh. So I guess this is like a first reaction to the skills. But as far as a trait, oh my goodness, it is insane. And so if you don't believe me when I say that this monster is so ferocious and vicious, just hear me out. This monster at level 4, as pretty much a baby, could probably defeat some of the most powerful bases in Monster Legends. I'm not even kidding, that's not a joke. At level 4, this monster, just because of the trait alone, has the potential to go up against level 100 monsters, level 130. You can bring allies that have 3 strength runes for all you care. Each of your allies can have 3 level 3 strength runes, and she can dominate at level 4. That's how crazy she is. But let's fast forward to this monster as an adult, and I have to say, it is one of the most magnificent, breathtaking designs that's ever been released. Just look at this monster. Incredible, absolutely amazing. Alright, so now let's see why this monster is so amazing. Meet the Light Warmaster Elvira. Elvira introduces a new battle mechanic. The Light Warmaster is exceptional. She can stop 50% of her allies' incoming damage. She can also apply a shield that stops all damage except the one coming from light attacks. She can also hit her enemies hard and sunburn them. But if there's something that makes Elvira unique, is that her exclusive battle mechanic. At the start of the battle, she applies evasion to all allies. She applies evasion to every single ally at the start of the battle. Similar to like how Gorta gives stun immunity and mega stun immunity to all of your allies at the start of the battle, and Necromancer can do team immunity to possession, Elvira starts off with giving everyone evasion. This is why I'm saying at level 4, the enemy monsters, the enemy AIs, they're going to be using their single target attacks against a level 4 Elvira. Like, you just need to have her on your team, and your whole team is protected from evasion. And evasion recently got a huge buff to where cooldown's activated, and stamina drain doesn't work against evasion. So this is, honestly, as far as traits go, this is the best trait in the game. Better than Necromancer, better than the Artifact trait, better than the Totems trait, the Spirit trait, whatever. This is the best trait in the game. You are protected from every single negative effect, every single control effect, freeze, possession, the 2 turn variations, mega possession, mega freeze, mega stun, total blind, every single thing you are protected against. And again, at level 4 she's usable because you just bring on your team and your team is protected. And that's why I said that now your team can potentially be a level 130 team. If the enemy has a 130 Ruby, a 130 whatever, Sammy, doesn't matter. You just wait for your monster to attack and you could dominate them. Honestly, like, you can run 6 level 10 strength runes on your monsters, 3 on 3 on each of them, and you're good to go. It's so crazy. I can't get over it. And they're going to be using single target attacks against you. Oh my goodness. Now obviously, it's not like a foolproof plan, because if the enemy has a skill that removes positive effects, well, they can get rid of your evasion and then they can kill you. But I mean, as far as PvP goes, as far as Team Wars goes, it's all about knowing the opponent. If you know they don't have a skill that removes positive effects, you're good to go with this monster. Put her on your team, you're protected. Like I said, a 130 Ruby, it doesn't matter what skill she does. Ruby Explosion, she's not going to do possession, she's not going to do freeze, she's not going to do stun. She has a skill that can do 100% stamina drain, that's not going to work. She has a skill that can do 50% stamina drain, that's also not going to work. She has a skill that can activate cooldowns on a single enemy monster, that's not going to work. And even her relics, they're not going to activate unless you inflict damage, I believe. So you're like completely protected against one of the most powerful monsters. Even a Kihaku, anyone, you are completely protected as long as you put this monster on your team. It's so insane. Like, and this is what traits do to a monster. If a monster has a really overpowered trait, I gotta say, like, Sammy I consider to be the best monster overall, but this monster, trait alone, she becomes the most usable monster, like, at level 100 from the underdog perspective, from the free-to-play perspective. If there's a Warmaster monster you want this monster, you want the Light Warmaster, because you can literally go up against anyone and have a chance to beat them. Like, from the perspective of having legit monsters, maybe you bring your level 100 Light Warmaster, you bring your Kihaku, you bring an attacker like a Barakor. The enemy Ruby goes, sorry, you have evasion, you're not hit. The enemy attackers was faster than you, they attack you, sorry, you're not hit. Kihaku goes, he can do possession and freeze. Your attacker, your Barakor goes, he can do his extra turn skill, his 75 damage special base skill, and you have a chance to win. And it's just, oh my god, it's so insane to me how powerful this trait is. Like, honestly, I was not expecting this. I was honestly expecting immunity to blind, and I was thinking maybe they'll do team precision, which I thought would be crazy powerful too, because if your whole team has precision from the start of the battle, you cannot miss a deny. It'll always land, the damage will always land, the effect will always land. And so I was thinking that's going to be like the next big thing, team precision. But Social Point decided to go really crazy and be like, let's do team evasion from the start of the battle, and let's also buff evasion to where cooldown's activated and stamina drain doesn't work. Like, what the heck? Like, definitely from an underdog perspective, free to play once again, you get this monster, you have the chance to go up against really exclusive, hard to beat monsters. But at the same time, if you're facing this monster on defense and you're facing a ranked up one, a level 131 on defense, like, how the heck do you overcome that? Like, I seriously have no idea, because in order to get rid of evasion, the only way now is to have a skill that removes positive effects. But if you have a monster fast enough to remove positive effects, you need to have a monster going second in the turn order that can deny. And so, like, how difficult is that to actually pull off? You need two monsters, one to remove positive effects, one to deny, and then not to mention if a monster has the Bulwark trait, or the Tough trait, or the Hardened trait, or anything, it's hard enough as it is to deny, but now you also need to remove evasion. Like, oh my goodness, and now you can't even do cooldowns activated? Because honestly, if this monster existed and cooldowns activated still worked, it wouldn't be a problem. The enemy could have a 130 Ruby, they could have the Light Warmaster, they can have someone else, and then even with the evasion, you can hit them with cooldowns activated, you pretty much shut down Ruby and probably whatever monster they have. Like, cooldowns activated is so strong. But now the fact that cooldowns activated can't penetrate, I don't even understand why they did that. Cooldowns activated, evasion didn't need to protect against cooldowns activated, the mechanic was always fine. Now I think they buffed it too much, and part of me feels like they kind of have to go back on it, like they have to really think and be like, maybe this was too much, because this is so insane. Like, I'm really thinking, like, what am I going to do when I face one on defense? How am I going to overcome it? What skill am I going to use? And especially with so much revival, and oh my gosh, I can't even think, what if she has like a revival relic herself? Oh my goodness. Like, just, I gotta see her skills, but just as far as the trait, best trait ever. And we haven't even seen it all, so aside from that, she also has status effects, have a 35% less accuracy against it, so that's cool. And she also gives the team immunity to blind and total blind, which is also very cool. But oh my gosh, just the area evasion at the start of the battle. How are you going to overcome that? Social Point is going to have to release newer, stronger monsters that can do like remove positive effects and grant an extra turn. And that monster better have a turn transfer skill, or that monster better have a deny skill. That's the only way I see you actually overcoming this. Or they need to nerf evasion back to how it was, where you can stamina drain, to where you can do something else. Okay, so we spent like 10 minutes talking about the trait. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Do you agree that this trait is too powerful, or do you think it's fine? Because honestly, I'm not seeing how this is fine. Like, again, from my perspective, I'll gladly get this monster, I'll gladly take on tough bases. I am already seeing so many combos. I'll gladly put my level 4 on offense, I'll bring a Sammy, and then I'll bring a monster that has a special based AoE, and I will gladly let the enemy try to deny me and miss. With Sammy, I'll gladly do Pestilence, I'll make them weak to special attacks, and with my attacker, I will hit them hard with a special based 45-50 damage AoE, and I'll wreck them all like so easily. Oh my goodness, this is so powerful. Let's look more into this monster. Alright, with that being said, let's look at this monster's skills, which I hear are rather meh, and so let's see if that's the case. So default skills, I'm gonna chase you out of the earth. Let's see, applies a 50% damage protection to one ally. So across the board, every hit you take is 50% weaker. I assume this also applies to other effects like the torture status effects, like the blind, the ignition, so that's pretty cool. Removes all negative status effects and applies precision to our allies. Honestly, since this is a light monster, this is what you want, that increased accuracy, that removing negative effects. Let's see this one. Removes all negative status effects from all allies. Applies damage boost. So a nifty little damage boost. Also removing negative effects. That's kind of cool. Let's keep on going. Removes all negative status effects from all allies. Heals all allies by 35%. Applies precision and damage boost. So this one's cool. I feel like this is going to be a rank up skill. I don't know if they're separated. But this feels like it's going to be one of those skills that you get when you rank up. Remove negative effects. Healing, precision, damage boost. That does a lot. That's pretty good. Removes all negative status effects from all allies. Heals all allies by 50%. Lots of healing on this monster. Lots of removing negative effects. Let's see. Protecting light. Blocks all damage except from the light element from one ally. So this is obviously extremely useful when you're not fighting any light monsters. One of your monsters has complete protection. And let's see. Moderate light damage to all enemies. 50% chance of applying sunburn. Deals heavy light damage. 50% chance of applying sunburn. Heavy light damage applies sunburn. This is going to be an amazing skill that you want to run on this monster. Considering really the best thing she has to offer is her trait. I can understand why. From what I've seen, nothing truly stands out. But like, what can you even make stand out on this monster when she has such a phenomenal trait? You would need like a skill that does sunburn, ignition, damage increase, double damage. Like, I don't even know what people are expecting. Heavy light damage to an enemy, blocks all damage to all allies. That's pretty good. These two skills are pretty good. These feel like ranked up skills. Deals very heavy light damage, applies damage protection 50%. Also probably ranked up skill. Deals very heavy spell damage to one enemy, applies sunburn and bleeding to one enemy. So a really great DOT to take away an enemy's HP. Massive light damage, applies sunburn. Deals insane light damage to all enemies, removes positive effects from all enemies, applies mega stun. So this is your alt. Yeah, so these 4 skills right here might be the ranked up skills. And honestly, those ranked up skills are a lot better than her regular skills. Her regular skills don't offer too much. It's really just removing negative effect and healing. So she does have a lot of heal potential, 35% here, 50% here. Also, your monster will never be with a negative effect because she could always remove them. But I mean, honestly, this monster, it's really just the trait that you're after. I don't even care that her skills aren't that good. As I alluded to in the beginning, you could use her at level 4 and you're gonna kick the enemy's butt. You can use her at 100 and ideally, you shouldn't even get a turn with this monster. Your other monsters should win. Like seriously, like just partner her up. If the enemy doesn't have a Faraday or a Necromancer, partner her up with a Charmless or a Voltic and it's instant win all the time. Because your Voltic or your Charmless, they can't get denied. And as soon as they get their turns in, they can attack endlessly, they can take out the big threat, they can take, oh my, it's just, this is too powerful. So I want to hear from you guys. First of all, I want to hear, what were you expecting for skills? What would be a good skill to where this monster's skills are breathtaking? Because right now, certainly there's nothing too amazing. But what would you have liked to see in terms of skills? Because honestly, from my perspective, I don't even care about the skills. The skills could all be, I'm going to chase you. And I'd be fine. I could run the default skills on this monster. And I'd be fine, to be completely honest. So I want to hear from you guys. What would you have liked to see in terms of skills for this monster? For you to be able to say she's worthy of being a Warmaster monster? And then what do you think about the trait? Do you think it's too good? Like way too good? Do you think it has to be changed? Like that can't be allowed to flow? Especially with the buff to evasion? Or do you think if evasion was just fixed back to how it used to be, do you think then it's a lot more plausible to start off with this trait? I don't know. Whatever you guys' thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Looking so forward to hearing you guys' thoughts. And with that said, I will see you all next time.